A very good evening and welcome to the news tonight. Your one stop for the day's top stories. Let's get you the headlines first. First, no confidence motion against NDA government moved by YSR Congress and TDP not taken up due to lack of order in Lok Sabha. Left parties, Congress and Trinamool indicate intention to back the motion. Disruptions block proceedings for the 10th day. Rajya Sabha chairman takes stern view on the persistent disruptions in the House, says he will be compelled to take action on the matter, holds talks with AIDMK, DMK and TDP MPs, urges Leader of the House Arun Jaitley and Leader of Opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad to help end the impasse. ISRO to launch moon mission Chandrayaan-2 next month. Prime Minister makes the announcement at the 5th Indian Science Congress in Imphal, tells scientists to ensure that benefits of their inventions reach the common man. The 50-kilometer-long Ram Setu between India and Sri Lanka will not be touched while building the Setu Samudram project. Centre tells Supreme Court it will explore the possibility of making new route for the shipping canal project. And singer Daler Mehendi is granted bail after Patiala court sentences him to 2 years imprisonment in a human trafficking case. The 2003 case relates to the singer and his brother allegedly taking passage money to send people illegally to Canada. Our top story this evening, the TDP and the YSR Congress move notices for no confidence motion against the NDA government in the Lok Sabha. Amid the opposition uproar, the Speaker informed the House of the no confidence motion, but it could not be taken up as there was no order in the House.
As soon as proceedings started, members from TDP and YSR Congress raised demands for a special status to Andhra Pradesh. The TRS demanded an increase in the reservation quota in government jobs in Telangana. The AIADMK raised slogans on the Kaveri issue. The disruptions led to Speaker Sumitra Mahajan adjourning the House till 12 noon.
House stands adjourned to meet again at 12 o'clock.
The situation was no different when the House reassembled at noon. Amid the noisy scenes, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan told the House about the no-confidence motion notices moved by T. Narasimhan for the TDP and Y.V. Subbareddy for the YSR Congress. But the Speaker said she could not proceed on them as the House was not in order.
Honourable members, I have received notices of motion of no confidence in the Council of Ministers from Sri Y.V. Subbareddy and Tota Narasimhan. I am duty-bound to bring the notices before the House. Unless the House is in order, I will not be in position to count the 50 members.
Rule 198 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Lok Sabha states that any member may give a written notice to move the no-confidence motion. The Speaker reads out the motion of no confidence in the House and asks all persons who favour it to rise so that the motion is taken up. If there are 50 MPs in favour, the Speaker allots a date to hold a discussion on the motion. As the protests continued in the Lok Sabha, the Speaker adjourned the House till Monday. Ravindra Singh Sharan's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Earlier in the day, Chandrababu Naidu's Telugu Desam party that pulled out 2 of its MPs from the Union cabinet severed its ties from the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance completely. TDP Politburo unanimously took the decision during a teleconference with party president and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu. The party is upset with the centre for not granting special category status to Andhra Pradesh as promised after Telangana was carved out of it in 2014. Special status will mean a large infusion of central funds to help with the state government's plans to develop its new capital, Amravati. And reacting to the TDP's decision, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said that the central government had always been willing to give a special package equivalent to a special category state to Andhra Pradesh. Responding to the TDP's notice on the no-confidence motion, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar as well said that the whole country had confidence in Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
नरेंद्र भाई के नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी केवल पूर्ण बहुमत से नहीं 2/3 बहुमत से चुन के आई है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास बहुमत है और एनडीए के साथ पूर्ण बहुमत है। बहुमत अंदर भी है, कॉन्फिडेंस अंदर भी है और समर्थन बाहर भी है नरेंद्र भाई मोदी को और बीजेपी को।
Meanwhile, other parties also reacted to the TDP's notice for no confidence motion against the NDA government, welcoming the TDP's decision to quit the NDA. Congress, Left, RJD and Trinamool Congress had said that they will support the no confidence motion against the Modi government. Although despite TDP's walkout of the ruling NDA, the stability of the NDA government is not at stake. The BJP has 274 MPs of its own, which is just past the halfway mark of 272. Meanwhile, describing the move as a political gimmick, the TRS ruled out its support for the no confidence motion.
शिवसेना तो शुरू से ही कर रही थी, अब टीडीपी भी आ गई है। मैं समझता हूँ और सहयोगी भी उनके जो हैं वो बिल्कुल तैयार बैठे हुए हैं और ये नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन जो है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा खतरा है।
We worked together also earlier, and they have, every state they have their own problems, they have their own issues. So TDP also they have their own issues. So I think TDP whatever they have decided that is correct for the nation.
Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu expressed deep anguish over repeated disruptions and adjournments in the upper house. He also spoke with leaders of several parties today to resolve the ongoing impasse in the house. The chairman also held discussions on the issue with Leader of the House Arun Jaitley and leaders of regional parties including AIDMK, DMK and TDP. After the House conducted formal business on Friday, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu expressed anguish, saying the House has not functioned ever since it resumed on the 5th of March after the recess during the budget session.
I am very much pained that the House, the upper house of the Parliament, is not able to transact its business for the last 2 weeks. This is the second week. Please, I hope that some people will have some patience. Don't test my patience also, please. And by that, testing the people's patience also. People are getting disillusioned, distressed, that we are meeting, we are greeting, not doing anything, and then disturbing, and then getting adjourned.
Immediately after the chairman finished speaking, Congress members tried to disrupt the House. The chairman adjourned the House then till 2:30 p.m.
I am adjourning the House to meet at 2 p.m. No, sir, 2:30. 2:30 p.m.
Chairman has always stressed that members of Parliament must concentrate more on their lawmaking role to catalyse development. The government has a slew of important bills on its agenda in the second half of the budget session. It is hoped that the House will transact business in the next week. Reporting from Parliament, with counterperson Raj Thakur, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And proceedings of the upper house were stalled on Friday as members protested over PNB fraud and other issues. However, former Union Minister Y.S. Chaudhary was allowed to explain to the House the reasons for resigning from the Union Cabinet. When the House reassembled in the post-lunch session, Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian allowed former Union Minister Y.S. Chaudhary to make a statement under Rule 241 on his reasons for quitting the Union Cabinet.
No, No. Now you sit down, it's over. You are now deviating, so I am not allowing.
No, sir.
No, don't deviate. No,
let me complete.
You are not allowed to
complete.
Yeah.
Let me complete, sir.
See, don't misuse your right. Don't misuse your right.
However, the deadlock continued in the House over the issues of the PNB fraud, the constitution of the Kaveri Water Management Board and the special status to Andhra Pradesh.
No, I did not object.
With no let-up in the disruptions, the Deputy Chairman adjourned the House till Monday.
The House stands adjourned till 11 hours on Monday, the 19th March 2018. Up to Monday.
Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV. In other news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 105th session of the Indian Science Congress at Manipur University in Imphal. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Modi said that the real sense of research and development in science and technology is to use it for national development and welfare of the people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called upon scientists to extend their research from the labs to the land for the greater benefit of the people. Addressing the inaugural session of the 105th Indian Science Congress in Manipur's capital, Imphal, Prime Minister Modi said that the time was ripe to redefine R&D as research for development of the nation. He also urged scientists to develop a mechanism for interaction with school children. Prime Minister Modi also said that the government has set a target of 100 gigawatt of installed solar power by 2022, just days after presenting his 10-point action plan at the ISA summit.
Have we done enough to ensure that children in India are sufficiently exposed to science? Are we giving them a conducive environment to develop their inherent talent? Our scientific achievements need to be actively communicated to the society. This will help inculcate scientific temper among the youth. It will also excite and attract our young minds to career in science.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also underscored the government's commitment to the fight against TB and make India a TB-free nation by 2025. He also hailed efforts of scientists to make India a global force in space technology.
After the success of Chandrayaan-1, we plan to launch Chandrayaan-2 in the coming months. This fully indigenous effort will include landing and travel on the surface of the moon by a rover.
Union Science and Technology Minister Harshvardhan said that India is reaching new heights due to the untiring efforts of its scientists.
Today, science in India is at its highest level. For virtually every parameter that we can imagine or think of, our scientists have got us into the first 10 positions all over the world. Whether it is scientific publications, we are 6th in the whole world. Whether it is nanotechnology, we are 3rd in the whole world. Whether it is tsunami forecast or cyclone warning forecast, we are amongst the best in the whole world. For weather forecasting, we have achieved a level at 4th in the whole world after America, England and Japan.
The 5-day event is being hosted by Manipur University. The theme of this year's Science Congress is Reaching the Unreached Through Science and Technology. Over 5,000 delegates, including top scientists from across the world, are participating in the annual congregation. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. And dubbing the Northeast as a new engine of the country's development, Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized the need to bring the East at par with the West. The Prime Minister was speaking at a function for the foundation stone laying ceremony and dedication of multiple development projects in Manipur. He said that 7 out of 8 states were connected by rail network and several projects are underway to connect the remaining state capitals, including Imphal, to broad gauge network. While in Imphal, the Prime Minister also laid the foundation stone of the National Sports University, 1,000 Anganwadi centres and several other developmental projects. He also said that the woman power in the state has always been a source of inspiration for the country.
750 करोड़ रुपए के काम, ये अपने आप में काम की गति कितनी है, इसका जीता जागता सबूत है। ये योजनाएं सीधे सीधे यहां के नौजवानों के सपनों को, उनकी प्रतिभा को, उनके रोजगार, महिलाओं के सशक्तिकरण और क्षेत्र में कनेक्टिविटी से जुड़ी हुई है। मेरा विश्वास है कि ये योजनाएं राज्य के विकास को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाएगी। ब्लू हिल्स, लश ग्रीन वैलीज, पिक्चरेस्क tea gardens and diverse culture. Highly educated English-speaking youth in the region make for a perfect case for developing Manipur as a model tourist destination.
With that, a quick break here. We'll be back with more news in a bit. Stay with us.
On this edition of Policy Watch, we will analyze if the worst is over for the Indian economy. that the manufacturing sector has clearly given it a boost.
We need to do much more, but what we are doing forebodes well that there is potential to go forward.
In our next segment, we will discuss the implications of the RBI's decision.
Guidelines, regulating them, certainly this needed to come about much earlier.
Amend the system, change the system, but don't scrap the system, which will create problems for the entire trade.
Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to the grand finale. The 12 bright kids that you see here today have bested 13.5 lakh of their peers. At what distance from the polling station can the polling political candidate set up their booth?
2 kilometers.
That is not the right answer. I'm so sorry. She answered 2 kilometers.
200.
Please discuss before you answer. We will now move to an innovative round in this grand finale. Let's have one more guess from you and let's see what happens.
Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu would have given you a wrong answer and your score would have gone down to 0. But you managed to bank your points at the right time. Remember, one more right answer can get you 35 points and all correct.
R.K. Trivedi
Is the right answer. Congratulations. Very, very well done. Winning this grand finale of the National Elections Quiz 2018 is the team from...
Watch National Elections Quiz 2018, presented by Election Commission of India, Saturday at 5 p.m. only on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. Let's get you some more national news. And the All India Congress Committee's 3-day plenary session started in the national capital on Friday under new President Rahul Gandhi. The session started with a meeting of the steering committee that will set the tone for the party's bold strategy. The party is likely to adopt resolutions on the political situation, economic front and on foreign affairs. The party will also highlight its vision on each sphere and compare it with the current situation. The session will also review the party's repeated electoral setbacks since 2014 and take a stand on future alliances for both state and national polls. Meanwhile, senior Congress leader and Karnataka MP M. Veerappa Moily stoked a controversy over a tweet suggesting that money plays a role in the Congress party in deciding who gets a ticket for the upcoming elections in Karnataka. However, hours after the tweet was put up, leaving the Congress party red-faced, Moily claimed that he did not put that out. He did not put that tweet out and said that he would never write such things about the party.
It is unauthorized. I disown it. Internal party matters, I don't go to the press at all. So, I do not want to speak much on that because I have already disowned it.
The count is unauthorized or only?
No, I don't know that. I have to go look into it, but it is unauthorized.
Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has called for greater transparency, ethical corporate behavior and enhanced accountability into the corporate governance system. Addressing the inaugural session of the 58th National Cost Convention of Institute of Cost Accountants of India in New Delhi, the Vice President called on CMA professionals to expedite FDI by effective valuation of assets, liabilities and stocks. He also said that the development of the country will be considered meaningless if the contribution of farmers is not taken into account.
The first source is diversification of farm activities towards high-value crops and enterprises. National-level data reveals that the shifting to high-value crops can quadruple income from the same piece of land. The second source is irrigation, which can double productivity. The third source is better price realization for farmers through competitive markets, value chains, and improved linkage between field and fork. Fourth source is an improvement in the terms of trade of agriculture. The fifth source is technology upgradation. Another important source is the shift of cultivators from farming to non-farm operations also.
The Aam Aadmi Party is struggling with another internal crisis. The Punjab unit of the party is disappointed with its national convener Arvind Kejriwal for apologizing to the Shiromani Akali Dal leader Bikram Singh Majithia. The AAP leaders in Punjab called it a meek surrender by Arvind Kejriwal and called it unfortunate. AAP MP from Sangrur Bhagwant Mann even resigned as the party's Punjab chief on Friday, stating that he was stunned by Kejriwal's move. In another setback, the Lok Insaf Party announced that it will break its alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. On Thursday, Arvind Kejriwal tendered an apology to former Punjab Minister Bikram Singh Majithia for levelling charges of his alleged involvement in drugs trade. Meanwhile, the Delhi Assembly's budget session began on Friday amid protests by opposition MLAs over the presence of Transport Minister Kailash Gehlot in the House. Gehlot has been disqualified in connection with an Office of Profit case. Speaker Ram Nivas Goyal cited constitutional rules clarifying that the minister could not attend the Assembly proceedings for 6 months from the date of disqualification. However, as the opposition MLAs trooped in the well of the House, they were marshalled out. Kailash Gehlot is among the 20 AAP MLAs who were disqualified by President Ramnath Kovind on the 20th of January following the Election Commission's recommendations in connection with the Office of Profit case. The Delhi High Court reserved an order on former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram's son Karti Chidambaram's bail plea in connection with the INX media case. The CBI opposed the bail plea of Karti Chidambaram in the Delhi High Court, contending that he has already destroyed evidence being an influential person, while Karti's counsel argued that no case under the Prevention of Corruption Act was made out against him, and the CBI investigation has neither questioned any public servant nor made them an accused in the matter. The centre on Friday informed the Apex Court that it will not damage the mythological Ram Setu for its Setu Samudram ship channel project in the interest of the nation. The centre in its affidavit told the bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra that the PIL filed against the Setu Samudram project can now be disposed of by taking note of the government's stand. The affidavit also states the government intends to explore an alternative to the earlier alignment of the project without damaging the Ram Setu in the interest of the nation. BJP leader Subramanian Swamy had filed a PIL against the ship channel project and had sought direction to the centre that the mythological Ram Setu not be touched. In 2013, the then UPA government had informed the Apex Court about the advantages of the project and that it intended to pursue and implement it. The Patiala court on Friday sentenced popular singer Daler Mehndi to 2 years in prison. He was given bail later. Daler Mehndi was found guilty of dropping off 3 girls in San Francisco in 2003. His brother Shamsher Singh was also accused of illegally sending people abroad disguised as members of his troop by charging them passage money. The brothers had allegedly taken another troop to the US in October 1999, where they dropped off 3 boys at New Jersey. Daler and Shamsher are accused of at least 35 other charges that include fraud. The brothers had allegedly taken passage money for helping people migrate to the US but failed to deliver what they had promised. And in a quick international news update, at least 6 people were killed and 9 others were injured when a footbridge collapsed near Florida International University in Miami. Emergency personnel with sniffer dogs searched for signs of life after the newly built 950-ton bridge crushed vehicles on one of the busiest roads in South Florida. At least 8 vehicles were trapped in the wreckage of the bridge and 10 people were transported to hospitals. The National Transportation Safety Board is planning to investigate the collapse and will deploy a team of 15 specialists that include engineering, material science and survival factor experts.
There will clearly be an investigation to find out exactly what happened and why this happened, and we will hold anybody accountable if anybody's done anything wrong. But the most important thing we can do right now is pray for the individuals that ended up in the hospital for their full recovery. Pray for the family members that have lost loved ones.
And finally, in sports news, PV Sindhu has reached the semi-final of the All England Championships. She beat Nozomi Okuhara of Japan 20-22, 21-18, 21-18 in the quarterfinals. Sindhu had game point on the first game, but Okuhara took it 22-20. But the second and third game saw Sindhu make comebacks to win the match. Sindhu will next face either Spain's Carolina Marin or second-seeded Akane Yamaguchi of Japan. And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you for joining us.